Yeah.
That was a close call. I almost punched myself in the mouth of the microphone again, but
Fun.
managed to avoid that catastrophe. Oh, hello.
Yeah,
Still making my list as we are talking.
You could knock your teeth out with a microphone.
It's good that maybe that's why microphones secretly, why they have this padding on the tips, so that when you accidentally go to, punch yourself in the face, it's not so bad.
Yeah, people sometimes get shocks from microphones, especially people.
What?
Yeah, if they're not grounded properly, and you
now
sing.
You tell me.
Yeah, if
after
you sing
6 years. Now you tell me. You know how afraid I am of electricity?
Oh yeah, right. No, but you have this pads that you're cool. It's people singing, right up on a mic at a show that are. I've seen it. I've seen it happen.
You've seen someone get shocked at a concert?
Yes, and not be able to stop. They have to keep singing.
I would stop. I would be like, "Excuse me, audience. I just got electrocuted by my microphone. We're going to stop for a minute and have a what?" Is my child playing?
Eli's here helping, so he's trying to help quietly.
Oh,
yeah, sure.
You can shut it if you want.
Sure. We're making decisions about the
outside.
outside.
Daycare is like monumentally noisy today. Somebody's given them like drums or something. They've set up some new wind chimes, I'm sure, just to be delightful. And there's all kinds of racket.
Do you have chimes, wind chimes at home?
No. Well, in our gnome and fairy village, we have one little set, but I never hear them from the house.
You say that like everybody has a gnome and fairy village. Like in our gnome and fairy village, we have wind chimes.
Yeah, they're shaped like little Canterbury bells in rainbow colors.
I mean, everybody should have a gnome and fairy village, but
obviously.
I don't think everybody does.
We have really neglected our gnome and fairy village this year. In fact, one of the doors to one of the houses got sort of wedged open, and a chipmunk apparently went in and just made himself at home. So he gnawed on the furniture, slept in the beds. It was like Goldilocks and the Three Bears, but it was a chipmunk and the gnomes.
Wow.
And he's just made a mess in there. And I don't really want to reach my hand into some of the houses and fix them because there's some spiders that got into, and I don't mind, an errant chipmunk or two, but a spider is a whole different ball of wax.
Well, how are you going to deal with that?
I don't know.
You can't
I may have to run a really long
houses.
extension cord all the way out from the house with a vacuum cleaner. No, but then I just suck up their furniture. I just don't know. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's today's problem.
Wouldn't want to suck up their furniture. What do you mean suck up their furniture? If you
the
can
tiny
look into
little doll furniture that's in there,
well,
if I just try to stick the hose of the vacuum into the gnome house and suck the spider out.
Well, wait, I don't understand how you can have fairy furniture if you can't see it.
It's
in the dark with the spiders?
No, there's windows and stuff, but they have glass in them.
Oh.
So we are hardcore. This isn't just any little...
It's not your average fairy village.
In a log house. These are real houses. These are civilized gnomes that have...
this is upper class.
They have Scrabble games and things in there. They have real stuff.
And this is all outdoors? Like it's out there in the winter too?
Yeah, but it's completely enclosed, like your house.
But you said spiders and chipmunks get it. It's not completely
That's what I'm saying. One of the
enclosed.
doors got wedged open, somehow left open, and
well,
they have little doors.
Don't act like I'm so stupid because I don't understand
well,
it.
You'll have to visit our gnome village and see what I mean.
Is it a big hike to get there?
No, it's across from my house. It's where our raspberries and stuff are.
So if I'm hungry, I can eat berries, is what you're saying?
Although it was a very bad raspberry year. The blueberries are doing wonderfully, but the raspberries, I forgot to I guess you have to hack them back now and then to make them grow, and we didn't.
I'll pack a lunch. I'll be sure to pack a lunch if I go to your gnome
thinking of setting up
village.
little, places for people to have tea parties in my gnome village.
Okay. Please do.
Did you find it, Eli? Eli's borrowing a CD from our radio station, which I believe was already mine because I put all my CDs here.
Yeah, I did.
He's borrowing it for a couple days so we can, so I can download the songs onto my computer, and then we'll bring it back here.
Okay.
Just saying, out there into the world, I'm not stealing this Nirvana album. It was mine that I gave to the radio station, and I'm borrowing it back for a day.
I think it's okay. I don't think you have to get all worried about it.
It's pretty dusty. Apparently people in here aren't playing Nirvana that often.
They have a New Kids on the Block album, too.
Well,
that was not mine. That New Kids on the Block album was not mine. by the way.
I don't
And
know
bet
that.
it wasn't yours either.
I don't know that band.
Yeah.
New
that's
Kids
good.
on the Block.
Yeah.
I guess I'm the new kid on the block. I don't know the.
No, it was it was
bands.
a boy band from the 90s that you
I was
happily-
out
you
of
happily
it. I was
missed.
out of it during the 90s.
Yeah, no,
I
you
missed
weren't
all
out of
pop
it. You were
culture.
just raising children.
Right. And trying to keep them away from pop culture until
Hopefully. And your
Nirvana
children-
came. And then they all got into Nirvana somehow, and we used to spend a lot
Your kids
of time.
are too young to be into Nirvana.
No, they're not.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
92 is Sliver, right? Or something.
Well, they found Nirvana at a
Mine
certain
too.
point in their lives, and they found Eminem. Now, Eminem was...
Those two things don't really go together.
Yes, they do.
Um,
Why not?
I don't.
They're both a guy, right? A guy.
I guess.
One
Kristina.
Nirvana's a guy, Kurt.
Yeah.
And the other one has the guy, whatchamacallit?
I don't know.
Wait, what did I say the other one was?
A guy is all I heard.
Nirvana.
Eminem.
Oh, Eminem. He's the guy, right? The name of his band is his name.
But he's a rapper though.
Right, but it's, he's talking about the same kind of stuff, just in a different way. It's just a different genre. It's the same
right.
discontent.
Okay. Okay.
You guys don't understand music very well.
I know you hate.
The
You're the one who hates music.
Well, yeah, but I know I'm intelligent about understanding how it works and that the same themes run throughout the decades, right?
No, not always.
Bob Dylan. Nirvana, come on.
We were just talking about Bob Dylan. Why? Oh,
'Cause
now
why?
you've set my kid. He's off to get Bob Dylan albums now.
Good.
Why
Glad.
were we just thinking of
That
him?
is
Oh, because
your-
he came to South Royalton years ago and he ate at the Fox Stand. That's why we were just talking about him.
He
the
was
other day.
probably hanging out with Towns.
I don't know what he was doing here, but
My man Towns. Well, if I'd been around back then, he would have, we would have done something.
I'm still deeply grieved that I'm missing all of Willie Nelson's Outlaw Tour. This is not right.
You should figure that out somehow.
I can't. Every time that he plays anywhere near here, I have to host a wedding, and I can't really get out of that because why is everything in the world happen on Saturdays?
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
Oh, I think that was my album too. Jeez, I donate a lot of music to this radio station, and we never use it. But I don't like it really.
We don't use it, but people.
I don't. It doesn't work with our show.
No, we have weird stuff to
Plus,
play.
then we'd have to make those lists like the other DJs, right?
Playlists, they're called.
Right. I mean, no, we'd have to do the lists because don't they pay money?
Spinatron.
But don't they pay money?
We'd have
this
to-
radio station
yeah,
because
you have-
everyone plays mainstream music and we don't.
Yeah, you have to admit that you're playing the music so that the artist can get paid.
Right.
But they
We
don't get
do
paid,
that.
believe me. They do not get paid. I never see a penny. Well, I see a few pennies. I'm exaggerating. I see a few pennies, but
That's crazy.
not like enough to
Kristina.
live on. Maybe enough to like support a ferry
Where
and
does the
gnome
money
village.
go when the people are dead? Like, say people are playing Michael Jackson. Where does his money go?
To the Michael Jackson estate.
Right, but who's getting it?
Well, who's
His
ever
kids?
currently winning in court because they're going to be constantly, endlessly fighting over Michael Jackson's estate. So I don't know
Was
who
he
it
or was he
currently
not
is.
like a child molester or a criminal? Like, have we ever figured this
Well,
out?
let's just start with the fact that he was molested himself.
Yep.
So he probably, it looks like it. Looks pretty, yeah.
Can never figure this stuff out once people are dead too, because like then it's just.
Well,
Like-
you can't even when they're alive.
I know.
How are you
I don't-
gonna
I don't
tell?
know.
How you can't tell?
No, I don't know. We didn't introduce the show. We didn't do any of the things we're supposed to do.
Do it.
I'm having a really loud stomach grumble day though, so if I. Did you hear that?
No,
I didn't catch
I
it quite in
heard your
time.
shirt.
Sorry, I was trying to catch my stomach grumble. We left really fast this morning. We've been in South Royalton for hours, by the way, because
You
I had
look
to
like
take,
you have been.
It's hot. I thought it was
look-
going to be cold this morning, so we're wearing like pants and long sleeve shirts. But It's hot now.
What did you do all morning?
I rushed Eli down for a doctor's appointment because he thought he had a hernia, but he actually doesn't. It's just...
Oh, good. I'm glad he doesn't.
He's just got like lots of pulled muscles because soccer is way too intense.
Okay.
And I don't even understand why soccer has to be so intense.
Oh, I
These
just
are
licked.
kids, for God's sake.
I licked the microphone cover.
I do that all the time.
Do you think I'm going to die?
No, but the next DJ might.
Oh, thanks a lot. That's really nice.
I always lick the microphone cover, and mine is the gross one that smells weird.
Like fish.
Like usually fish or something strange. I don't understand why. Nobody ever even uses this one. We are some of the only, double DJ acts here, so...
Double DJ acts.
So who is using this microphone over here? Huh?
Musicians probably. I hate musicians. Have I ever told you that?
Because they smell like fish?
They eat tuna fish sandwiches and play the instruments.
That's
sometimes at the same time.
So wrong.
It's really wrong.
Tuna just shouldn't be.
Well,
Eli, you only eat tuna if it's like a last resort. And we put all kinds of junk on it, like pickles and things.
Onions. Tuna and onions is the best.
That's just extra disgusting. I don't like either of those things. So.
How about with maple syrup? Does that sound good to you,
oh my God.
Emily?
No, that's the most
I know you hate
horrific
maple
thing
syrup.
I've ever heard in my life. You could add
Okay,
some mushrooms too.
Okay, I have some sad news.
What?
Okay, you remember last year I left my cats with a house sitter, and when I came home,
They were blinded?
one of my cats was blind.
Is this really sad? Oh
This
my
is,
God.
this is
Oh,
called
no.
sudden... Don't jump ahead yet. I know
getting
you're
really worried.
I know your brain is capable
okay.
of jumping like 10 steps ahead at the speed of light.
Okay.
But so...
Wait, can I just ask if all of your cats are alive right now?
Just relax yourself into your chair.
I don't like stories about pets being harmed.
Okay, so
just
you've
get over with it,
heard
Tom.
about sudden onset blindness with cats.
Yes.
When they're traumatized by whatever. And so I think I decided my dog had been traumatized. I mean, my cat had been traumatized by the dogs that came because she just is old and was traumatized with me being gone and not there to protect her. So I went away this week.
Yes.
Came back, and 2 days later, the cat died.
No!
I'm sorry.
Knew you were gonna say
I had to tell you this last
I
night.
love that cat.
I know.
Well, oh,
Yeah,
they don't
what
like it
happened.
when you go away.
No, she does not. She's definitely does
How does
not
she even
like it.
know that when you're gone? Like she
Because
doesn't move ever.
I know, but some
And she can't see.
some animals actually their neurological wiring somehow gets mixed up with the human that they live with. I think we got our wires crossed somehow. So
This is so sad. She's always just there on the couch, fluffy and warm.
Yep.
That's so sad.
Well, it's just a cautionary
Is that
tale.
where she died? Did she die right on the couch?
Yep.
In her favorite little spot, though.
Yep.
Oh, that's so sad. What do the other cats think? Are they very upset, or they don't care because they don't hate each other anyway?
They sort of looked to me to just handle it, so I did, and they're cool. They're very quietly sensitive about these things, and they're sort of pragmatic, but also they'll miss her. I can tell.
This is sad.
Well, I just had to get that out of the way. I had to tell you.
Yes, that's terrible.
So, but it's fascinating as a kind of scientific thing. If you look at it scientifically,
Why?
I just think that for science buffs, it's something that somebody might want to study someday.
This will eliminate some of the cat boxes in your house since you had like 3 on every floor.
I hate to admit that I thought about that already. I hate to admit it. I really do. But it did cross my mind quickly at a fleeting moment of immaturity.
1/3 less vomit, maybe.
Yes, I also thought of that. Mm-hmm. I did. I admit it. I'm immature.
But that was the mama cat of one of the others, right? No.
No. Well, Wilder's going to come home and help me bury her. So
Okay.
It
Did
should
you
be
put her
okay.
in the freezer?
No, I thought of you. I thought Emily would have put her in the freezer.
Well, where did you put her?
I put her in the backyard where it's nice and quiet and damp and dark. I found a spot.
And warm.
No, it's not warm. It's not
warm.
warm
It's
at my
warm.
house. I'm up at 1,900 feet. It's like almost winter
so
at my house.
I know. That's why we were dressed so warmly this morning because I thought it was going to be cold in the
Yeah,
world.
I think I'm going to just get by.
All right.
Okay, I'm not worried about it.
I'm a little bit worried.
I was worried maybe a wild animal might get her, so I put the old guinea pig cage over her.
All right. Okay.
You know,
freezers are very good options.
No,
that's
not-
what they do with dead people. Hello, they must do that for a reason.
not Frigidaire. Not like your fridge that has your...
Although our critters in the freezer are starting to get like mixed up with the frozen food, and I just really like...
You go in to get a popsicle and there's dead bird in there. It's like, what?
I really need John to take all of his little collection.
Or you open up the freezer and there's a sheep head looking up at you. It's like, what? I mean, seriously, it's like, what?
I don't like
pray tell, where are these things bound? Where are they heading towards?
That's an interesting story because, you think where they were bound, they could have headed there, within 3 years or something.
Sure,
because I'm a little sick of the what is it? Is there a mink in with, like, by the hot dog buns?
I don't know, but there's out in the barn freezer, there's a lot of, that's just made for me, but there's some birds. It's a bunch of birds.
It's mostly birds, I would
like
say.
chickadees or what?
No,
chickens?
Well, it's roadkill birds or some things that have hit, not chickens.
Who picks those up?
John.
What for?
Well, see, they're supposed to go to Jack Rowell because he does
taxidermy.
No, he does fly tying with,
Oh, that's right.
And apparently hardcore fly tyers want to take the feathers straight off the bird. That's the way that you're supposed to do it.
Like,
you're not.
It may also be illegal. I don't know.
Let's advertise it in that case.
We don't know.
Sure.
If you don't know if it's illegal, is it really illegal? Like, if it was truly illegal, wouldn't you know?
What, to save roadkill and pluck feathers, how to make fly ties?
The thing is, we see Jack all the time, and it just never seen. Well, not lately. I guess we haven't seen Jack all the time, but in 3 years, you'd think John could have brought him these dead animals.
You would think.
You would think. Some of them, I think he just saves for the fun of it. Like, I don't think Jack needs this little mink thing. The sheep head didn't need to be saved. That was for an acquaintance of mine who asked ages ago if we had a sheep head to spare because she makes some sort of disgusting soup product thing out of sheep brains.
No, she does
not. Yes, she does.
I didn't hear that.
I forgot what ethnicity she is, but that's a thing. You boil a sheep head for a while and you get something that I don't know
Some
what it
things
is.
it's just better not to know.
But anyway, the time that she wanted to pick up the sheep head in Montpelier, it didn't work, and so we didn't connect. I just keep forgetting to...
You mean it unthawed all the way up to Montpelier?
No. It never left the freezer. It went straight from being dead instantly to the freezer.
Because you shouldn't refreeze stuff.
It's not refrozen. It's always been frozen. It's just that we couldn't meet her the one time she wanted to get it. So I got to figure out again how to get the sheep head.
I got a suggestion.
Yeah.
Why don't you just move all that stuff like as soon as it gets cold? Just move it out to the gnome houses.
No, the gnome houses are not. That would be a horrific.
But you're not.
Of dead
People are not visiting the gnome village. It's too hard to get there in the winter. I mean, maybe Santa swings by possibly once.
Yeah. The Easter Bunny did too, because we had it all decorated up like that.
Well, I don't know.
Anyway, my point is we have 3 chest freezers, and I wish that John wouldn't scatter these things through all the freezers. I wish they'd all just go in one, the one out in the barn that I don't actually have to get into to get the frozen peas and stuff. So,
well, thank goodness it's time for a song because I'm about up to here with the stories of what you have.
Well, the point is your cat. It feels natural for it to be in the freezer.
For you, perhaps. Yeah. Not so much for me.
All right. Okay. I guess you are a vegetarian.
Yes.
Although I'm mostly a vegetarian, so I'm not loving the creatures in my freezer. But all right, play the song because you guys have tuned into 11th Hour Radio, which we didn't introduce. WFER LP 96.5 with Kristina, Stykos, and Emily Howe. And sometimes we'll play some songs too, and Kristina's going to do that right now.
Okay. This is Too Good Party. Davy Davis.
Woke up this morning, stepped on a tooth, wasn't mine, so what do? But view the mayhem in the aftermath. It was a too good party that I had last night. Some of my friends got into a fight, broke my chair and smashed my lava lamp. It was a too good party, I must admit. My house is a wreck, but the worst of it, I've overslept, now I'm late for work. You can't hang, you can't swing, boss's voice rings, jerk. So I guess I'll just relax, watch that coffee perk, perk, perk. Now the trampoline in my backyard is full of puke and a business card proclaiming the very best in auto repair. Yes, the too good party has taken its toll. My windshield's got a great big hole. Someone threw a skunk in my back seat. It was a too good party, I must declare. Lost my gal, got no spare. Everywhere I look, disaster looms. Oh, my dog is dead, flowers too. Guess the only thing to do, have another party real soon. It was a too good party, I must confess. And I'll spend the day cleaning up this mess, answering apologetic calls. But my heart is soft, I will forgive. What a time we had, what a way to live. Seems my too good party was worth it after all. It was a too good party, I must admit. My house is a wreck, but the worst of it, I've overslept, now I'm late for work. You can't hang, you can't swing, boss's voice ring, jerk. So I guess I'll just relax, watch that coffee perk. Yes, my too good party was worth it after all.
All right. That was Davy Davis and Jim Pittman on pedal steel.
Cool.
And that's a song by Eddie Russell,
I don't know.
who lives down in
him.
Baton Rouge or somewhere.
Baton Rouge.
Yeah, a very good songwriter who lives in a trailer or a RV or something and has a kind of an interesting existence.
Huh.
Most people never hear his songs, but he's one of the best songwriters I know.
Crazy.
Yeah. So
There isn't talent doesn't seem to correspond with success most of the time, and that's really irritating.
that's kind of irritating, yeah. I'm kind of irritated by it.
It's all pretty much who you know or how much money you have. That kind of is a success gauge. There are
Yeah.
very few people
There's-
who just are awesome at something and get recognized for it and actually succeed.
Yeah, there's a few that slip through. And then there's the
It's
luck
going to be less and less
factor.
lately, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, the luck factor is big.
Yeah.
I practically should have played the lottery this week because we went to Saratoga on just a quick little before school starts next week thing because we just never had been. And we get to the racetrack, and my initial feeling was, even though I love horses, I was like, this is kind of cruel, and I don't love this culture. But it was so interesting. And then, we spent a bunch of time, watching that people were loving on the horses, and they were nice.
They
people.
do. But they burn them out.
I know.
burn
But
out
then they
those
retire
young
them to really
horses.
nice places, which is cool. But
Yeah,
anyway,
if they don't break their legs first.
I know. I was just like, this is a crazy thing. But John was like, oh, we're going to bet on horse races. And I was not cool about it. I'm like, we're poor. This is the stupidest waste of money
But it's
I've ever.
fun. It's just like the lottery.
I know. And John was like, it's fine. It's you can bet $1. It's fine.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. So we start watching, And just to annoy John, because he and the kids were like looking all over those like pink papers that have all the stats on all the horses and what all the experts say about each horses and which one's projected to win and da 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 da. And they're trying to like place their bets according to all these facts and figures.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, la la la, I like that one's name. La la la.
Yeah,
That
like
one
shopping
is a pretty color.
because you like the label,
Right.
picture on the label.
Exactly. And then 3 races in a row against all odds, my horse totally wins all of them. And we make enough money to pay for our trip. It was bizarre.
Really? That's how you get hooked on gambling.
Yeah, and I knew that too. I said, okay, this is exactly because
They probably saw
I
you.
poo-pooed it, and then I was so excited after.
Yeah, they saw you and they thought she's somebody that we can get hooked on gambling.
And I
so-
immediately was like, geez, if you get on a lucky streak, you could totally think that you have some gift. And
right, and then you dig yourself into that hole, and
I
then
was
you
like,
can't get
wow.
out.
And the interesting range of people there, some very fancy people up in the fancy seats, the
With their
owners and
hats.
stuff. Yes. Yeah. And then, the chain smoking like bookies who are just, this is just their life.
And the little jockeys that perch on top of the horses,
so
aren't they funny?
They're
Yeah.
so tiny.
All the people with like giant cigars and suits are like they're everywhere, and it's just funny.
It's a contrast. A study
It was
in
bizarre.
contrast.
Anyway,
for
it
sure.
was super fun, interesting energy there, and of course Saratoga is known for all those famous mineral springs. So we went to a few of these like spa places, which it's all in a state park, so everything's like free. It was fancy stuff, and it's all free, which was cool. So I'm just saying, if anybody wants an inexpensive vacation, Saratoga was pretty neat, and I'd never been.
Yeah, and then
But all
there's
the waters were like. Yes, we saw that actually. We didn't go in there because
I went
that
there
was
once.
way more expensive, and they were setting up for some huge concert.
I think I saw a Kilimanjaro
Oh, really?
reunion.
We couldn't figure out who was about to play there, but it looked like a big deal. And we went to the automobile museum.
I
There's a
remember
dance
seeing-
museum. There's all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah.
We didn't try a bunch of the mineral waters because they all have different healing powers, and the one that we kept seeing the spring for was laxative, and we were about to take a long car trip, so none of us wanted the laxative effect
Yeah.
in the car.
I
But
hear you.
anyway.
Well, I had this old friend call me and leave me a message out of the blue, like somebody who I haven't talked to in
Wow.
years. Actually,
So your phone is fixed? Your landline is fixed?
was my landline broken? What was wrong?
Yeah, you've
with it?
left your landline broken for years. 'Cause you
Oh,
don't
I
want
did.
people
That's
calling
right.
you.
And then I advertised on Front Porch Forum, and a really nice person came and just kind of jimmied with the.
Whoa, they fixed it?
They fixed it. So yeah, my phone is working now.
What? Okay.
So I get this message from somebody unexpectedly, and it kind of lifts my spirits. Like, oh, they think they thought about me, and so I sent him an email, and say call me back, blah blah blah, and then he sends an email back and says, "Oh, I called you by mistake."
What?
I called
so
you
who
by
was his message for?
mistake.
So he was thinking of someone else?
No, I think he called me by mistake, and then when I came on the answering machine, he decided to go for it. Because he actually acted.
don't
he
blow your
he
cover
could
and
have hung
tell the
up.
person
He could have-
later that you called them by mistake.
He's an odd duck. I'm telling you. You know who it was?
Bro, who?
It was Bailiff Fleck.
Oh, okay.
But isn't that kind of odd?
super
So I didn't
odd.
know. I emailed him back and I said, "Thanks for your honesty." I don't know.
Here's my honesty.
Yeah, here's my honesty. I don't care if you call me back or not. If you feel like it, try again. I might be here. I might not be here.
Dudes are
So
weird.
there. Dudes are weird.
What
I got
on
a-
earth?
I got a vocab word for you.
All right.
I mean, it relates to what we were talking about before.
Which thing? Because we talked about a whole bunch of
We talked
ridiculous
about some
things
stuff
before.
in your freezer.
Oh, right.
And I think
yep.
that mention came up of an animal has a funny name that, like a second name, like a alternate name.
Okay.
Stoat.
Stoat is a it's like a vole.
No,
I think it is. It's a mouse
Well,
type of thing.
it's a rodent.
weasel.
He's right.
It's like a weasel.
He's got it. Didn't you say it a weasel in the freezer?
No, it's not a weasel. It was like a mink, I think.
Oh, it was a mink. That made me think of weasels, which made me think
it's a
of
weasel.
stoats.
Maybe it's an ermine, but it's when they're not white.
What color? Oh,
Dark.
Brown.
It's dark brown one.
okay.
But they They turn white in the winter, I think.
Well, I thought
a stoat was like
a pig, a baby pig, right? That's what I thought.
no.
Yes, because
That's something
shoat.
else. Yeah, I was like,
A
that's
shoat.
close to that word, but
A
not.
shoat is a baby pig.
Wow, I thought they were just piglet.
I thought it was a shoat
Why do you need to have more than one name for a baby pig?
or a weasel or an ermine. Come on.
Maybe they don't. They're not exactly the
Or
same
plants.
things.
Plants have
Like,
different names.
Maybe ermines and weasels are two different things.
You have different names.
I don't.
Why do you have a first name and a last
Oh,
name?
I don't. That's people. That's
Why do you need
different.
that?
I really don't know.
I'm just going to call you E.
People do.
It's easier.
I call Eli E all the time, which is like, how do you shorten a three-letter name? And we just do it.
Oh, interesting. People call Wilder Y, even though it's W. It's so confusing.
Why does the letter W say Y anyway? Like, I mean,
Wha.
why doesn't it say
It's
W?
W. W.
The English
Yeah, it
language
shouldn't
is
be called
ridiculous.
W.
Ridiculous.
W. Who thought of double? Oh, W. It's like two U's put
Oh my
together. Did you
God,
ever think
it
of that?
is. It's not, though.
I
It's
never
really more
thought-
like double V.
Yeah, but my whole life I never thought that before.
No, wait.
It depends
capital
on your
ones,
handwriting.
Capital ones look.
Originally, it probably looks like a W, like two U's
Yeah.
in cursive.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
I
Then
learned cursive.
why don't you name all the other letters in kind of corresponding with each other? Like A is like
Don't get pissy about it.
upside down V. Why don't we just call it that?
Well, don't complain
Or-
to me. I'm not in charge.
M is W
Upside down. That would be convenient to say that every time.
I is like L without one of the adding another top kind of. I mean, or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
And think-
there's no reason for any of this.
And bees. Think about bees. How that's a W put up on its side, like rotated with a
bellies.
like a bar put down, like a gate. Yeah. I mean, that could be a lot of things.
W
I don't
gate.
even want to go into it. It's so.
Let's just rename the
deep.
alphabet following some of the rules of some of the letters.
Let's not.
All right.
Let's do some other stuff that's more fun.
Like C is just like open O. All right. What else is more fun than that? I know you have a whole list of things that are more fun than that.
I would actually. One time, I got in touch with the person in Meriden, New Hampshire, who makes flower essences. What's her
There's
name?
only one person.
Well, there was a famous person. She probably
like a million
She
now.
still
It's like
does it.
everybody in the-
She
and
was
their
the
brother
first.
makes
She
flower
was the
essences.
first. She was the first.
First flower essence.
Yes.
lady.
And I contacted her because I wanted to buy some flower essences, but I didn't have very much money.
Is that the same as like essential oils?
No.
Okay.
No, it's not oil. It's either
What's
alcohol
an essence? An essence is like a soul. How do you do that?
Or it's red shiso.
How do you capture an essence?
Very delicately.
It seems like a hoax.
As much as a petal might make an essence. No, everything has a vibration. Like if we took a strand of your hair
This is
and put it in
vibrations?
alcohol, the essence of Emily's hair would be in that tincture.
I don't know, Kristina.
That essence. Well, think but
All
a
right, okay,
structure.
so
a flower
what
has
are flower
a structure.
essences for?
And flowers express a very unique thing. So, think of how we respond to flowers, right? Don't yawn. I can always tell
yawn.
when
It's
you're
just been a long
like,
day. We
I'm-
had to come down and go to a doctor's appointment because we thought Eli had a hernia, but it's just a stretch muscle. 'cause
No,
the
if I was
soccer's
talking
crazy.
about
And then I had to go to my
astrology, listen.
sisters, and that makes me yawn. And then I had to come. Then we had to go to the thrift store and try on like a weird leather jacket, and then we came here.
Look, those are all excuses. Anytime I talk about something like astrology or the fact that there might be like the
I want to understand flower essences. What are they
if
for?
I said
Are they
if
for
I said
scent?
if I said to you the moon is actually a spaceship, would you yawn? Probably. Admit it.
I
You would.
feel a yawn
You would
coming,
yawn.
but I'm trying to I'm choking it back right now.
Okay, well-
it's because we're talking about yawning now that they want to come.
All right, back to flower essences. What
I'm
was
just
I
saying, what are they
saying?
for?
There
Are
was
they
a
for
point.
making scent, or are they
No,
for?
they're for they're
health things?
Your body responds to an essence by patterning itself. It gets support to pattern itself around the essence that the flower expresses, which could be a spiritual quality or it could be an emotional
I thought
support
it was just
of some type.
perfume or something.
No, it's more that's back to oil.
Okay, this is more of a spiritual thing.
Yes, or
all right.
It can be medicinal as well, or emotional support.
Okay, all right.
So I contacted her because I wanted to get some essences, and I thought, well, I will make her an alphabet. You know how in kindergartens they used to hang A, B, C, D, E, F all around?
Like an illuminated alphabet.
Yes,
almost.
Over the chalkboard.
Yeah.
But it was really cool.
Where there were pictures.
And there's pictures.
Yeah.
And for some reason I thought, oh, she'll really want that. And I feel like making that, so I'm gonna offer that I could make that for her with flowers, like A for Aster, and we could trade and I could get some flower essences.
But she didn't want it?
Nope. I'm just saying.
What's wrong with people now?
Maybe we'll get back to it at some point.
All
or
right.
maybe I'll do that. I would like to do it.
Yeah, why don't you just do it for you?
I probably will when I get more time, when I'm not like working myself to death.
Totally no.
And living in like debtor's prison. Then maybe I will be in the cell next projects.
to you. We can like hold hands around the bars and be like, I'm so poor. How are you so poor?
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Okay.
That'll be good.
That's a plan.
What's on
it's a
my
nice
list?
Plan.
Probably nothing. Oh dear.
I don't
see.
Secret crush? Want to talk about that?
I don't have any at the moment. Just always.
Yeah, but
except for Patrick Swayze, of course, and Willie Nelson. But he's just going to die.
But Facebook is going to do a secret crush app. Within Facebook,
doesn't seem very secret, does it?
Well, I guess it's secret.
Mine aren't secret.
It's
like John buys me like pictures of Patrick Swayze and stuff, so it's really not secret.
Because it's kind of
it's kind of a joke
retro.
Too.
It's kind of
he's also dead, so I guess there's nothing I can do about this.
It's not a big threat. That's what you're saying.
No,
like it's unlikely that you and Patrick Swayze are gonna ever kind of get it on.
Yeah, it's not happening because he's dead. It's less than unlikely.
I feel kind of bad for you, but I mean, how do you feel now that he's dead and you have all these pictures of him? You still feel like
I actually didn't really get the crush on him until he was dead, so I guess that's weird. No, who doesn't have a crush on Patrick Swayze?
I don't know who he is, really.
What? That's insane.
Eli looks up at me like, are you kidding me?
Probably Eli even has a crush on him. Everyone has a crush on him.
No, I don't think so. I think I do not have crushes on the same
even
kinds of people.
Even heterosexual men have crushes
that you do.
Do you want me to show you a picture of him shirtless? Because
no, I don't. I don't like that stuff.
You'll just be a little melted puddle over there, and we won't be able to have a radio show today.
I don't like.
I don't either.
I don't like abs. I don't like abs.
It's not his abs. I don't know what it is.
I don't like that kind of structure that looks like it's been sculpted by the gods.
I was the kind of girl who just was like, when all the other girls had crushes on like the new kids on the block and everything.
I like chubby people.
Sometimes I do too.
I like full-figured people. I trust them more.
They're like gnomes.
Don't you trust them more? Come on,
guess.
admit it.
Guys who are really, really good looking are usually total jerks.
Vanity in a
and
guy.
We know that. We know that. That's just a fact.
It's a fact
across the board.
I think it's more
I never had crushes on good-looking guys because
I did, but I outgrew it.
It just is a stupid thing. Like as soon as you're smart enough, as soon as you've dated a couple guys, you figure out exactly how this works. So
yeah, Chris Montez was my first crush.
Dude, you like William Shatner. You do not like attractive men. That's not the way this works.
It's a generational thing. He was a starship commander.
He just didn't look right. We just saw him on something.
Look, I can agree. He doesn't look right.
He's on Miss Congeniality.
He doesn't look right now, but
he plays the host of a beauty pageant.
He hasn't been having a healthy lifestyle, I don't think. If he and I had spent some time together, I could have helped him.
You could have dosed him with some flower essences and everything would have been okay.
Yes, he needs some
Vermont.
red.
His face is just red.
He's a drunk. I'm sure of it.
Me too.
So just give him a break,
okay? Why do you have my phone? Are you just looking at William Shatner?
So he made a lot of people happy. So he can be a drunk now if he wants to be. He's almost 1 foot in the grave.
True.
Leave the guy alone.
I guess I'll have to. Eli, get off my phone. What are you doing? Excuse me.
Hopefully not looking for Patrick Swayze because I
don't want to see it. He is looking for Patrick Swayze.
I don't want to see it.
Well, don't worry because next time we come over to the house, John has promised me that he will finish matting and framing my my original pencil drawing of Patrick Swayze for our bathrooms. So you'll have to see it next time. If you have to pee, unless you close your eyes the entire time you're
I'll
peeing.
close my eyes. I don't have a problem with that.
You'll be sorry. It's something to see. I'm going to put it right in front of the toilet so you can't avoid it.
Well, I certainly will plug my ears.
Well, he's not
And go,
speaking to you.
Nah, nah, nah.
Oh my God, we're so weird. How do
Okay.
we have a radio show?
I
How
don't
have they
know.
let us be on the air for 6
I
years?
don't know. I
right.
guess
Okay.
it's different. Something different. Okay, so another song.
Okay.
We're gonna have a Davy Davis fest
What?
musically because I was lazy.
Are
I
we gonna
wanted to
play
I wanted to go to
any
one
songs?
album and
Are we going
just
to play the bass song?
no. We're not doing
Exploding Bass?
No, these are all from the new album.
I
Did you want to hear Exploding Bass?
kind of. Is that an option?
Not
I
at
never
this
knew
point,
I got
not
to
today.
Oh, I never knew I got to choose.
I'm not deft enough with my iPad
Okay.
to find Exploding Bass right now.
I
But
just
I-
need to hear it every so often
I
to
understand.
return myself to a place of insanity and
equanimity.
hysteria.
Right.
I feel like I haven't laughed enough this week yet, so if we could play that song at some point, that would be
Yeah.
good.
I remember that first time we played it and we were like,
I was like rolling on the floor.
yeah, we
as I-
couldn't. Yeah. No, but I think you'll like this one too.
All right.
This is called Chaga. And
Okay,
it's
I have some
it's
chaga at my
about a
house. I need to
mushroom.
harvest it. Do you know how to? Oh, essence of things.
Yeah, you take
lady?
big rock and you knock it off the tree. That's how you harvest
But
it.
do
It's
you
not
like?
very hard.
Do you take like a cheese grater to it or something?
You don't have to. You can take a chunk and throw it in a pan with
And just
water and
boil
just
it?
boil it.
And then what?
You can add maple syrup if you like.
No,
Yes, you can.
no. I'm just saying I don't like.
Okay, then don't.
I won't. Thanks.
Okay.
But do you just drink it?
Yes.
Can you chill it? Like, how long can it last? Can you freeze it?
You
Can you
can-
make like chaga pops?
You can.
All right.
It sounds horrible, but you can.
I thought people said it tasted nice.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, great.
That's why people put maple syrup in it. It tastes like a fungus.
Oh, God. Hate fungus.
Okay, here we go.
Chaga, chaga, we hear your call from the forest wall, trying to tell us about immunity, Mother Nature's sanctity. Called to you and she calls to me. Spend some time in those chaga trees. Sadly, so many live in the city, watching their TVs. From the wild comes a call. Chaga tea speaks to you and me. Chaga fungus in among us, from here to Siberia. Oh, tweak us, please tweak us. Chaga tea, you know the way to the garden, through the gauntlet where we run. Money Dog throws a net over you and me. Ah, but sadly, we've strayed from the real pharmacy in the middle of unadulterated absurdity. Pharmaceutical TV? What? You know, it's up to you and me. Oh, Chaga, oh, we drink of thee in nature's pharmacy. It's so good and it's so healthy. Oh, Chaga. Oh, Chaga. Chaga, Chaga, Chaga tea.
Thank you, Davey.
Did you produce that?
Yes, and that
Did
was
you shake those little eggs?
Yes, I was going to say
could
that I
tell.
played the shaker.
I could tell those were you
That
shaking the
it's
eggs.
not easy too. It's a very hard part.
I know.
But Pete Meyer played harmonica. I thought that was pretty
Wow.
cool. And Val McCallum was playing some guitar.
cool, B.
Pretty funky sound, huh? We're trying to get that forest sound, being funky in the forest.
You know who needs some chaga?
Yeah.
They just pulled a fish out of Lake Champlain that had 2 mouths.
Oh dear.
So they should maybe
You know what
steep
that's
that lake
about.
in some chaga. It's
Yeah.
really gross there. I don't know
I
actually
know,
what chaga
it's-
does, but it seems like
Yeah, a little bit of forest medicine for the
That
lake,
that
perhaps. I can see what you're. I
fish
see what you're
super
going for with
creepy.
this.
It's like a mouth on top and then a mouth on bottom.
Ew.
And they looked fully like you could have just chopped one off and it would still look like a fish.
It's like
on
the
both sides.
frogs that
Yeah.
the frogs that have like what do they have? The frogs extra legs or something?
I
The ones that get
don't
mutated.
know. I thought they had another head or something.
It's something not very good.
I've never seen a Siamese anything in person. Have you?
A cat?
Well, yeah.
No, you mean a double,
a double
of
thing.
something.
I've seen a
No,
dead
an attached thing that's attached to itself.
Right.
Like
I've
two of
seen-
them attached together.
at Clark's Trading Post. They have a calf with 2 heads that's stuffed, and I think it was born dead because I don't think it was alive, but it's there. But I've never seen a real live.
Oh, I did. I've seen some
thing.
stuff. I've seen some stuff at the brain room. The brain room at
Something
Cornell.
alive though.
At Cornell. No, it's in jars.
No,
you
I'm
go,
not talking about
it's
things that are in
I went on a
jars.
field trip. Well, what it counts? You asked me. I said I saw it in a jar.
I guess I said in real life, right? I didn't say like alive.
But
in
it's
person.
but it's kind of cool even to see it in a jar.
What did you see in a jar?
I don't know, but I think it was
Sounds like my freezer.
I think probably, a couple of small creatures that are connected.
Who's texting me? Oh, just one of the brides.
The bridezillas for tomorrow.
I don't have a wedding tomorrow. We have a soccer game, which is worse, but
Oh.
we had no weddings set for the month of August. We took the entire month of August off from weddings, which was very hard because we are booked solid and August would have been booked solid, but we had to we had to take a little bit of a vacation because we just had to or we were going to go crazy. So this month it's slightly less stressful because we don't have weddings, but it's more stressful because we tried to cram like an entire year's worth of life just in
Yeah.
1 month.
All the things you didn't do because you were
Yeah.
trying to get ready for brides.
Yeah, exactly.
Brides.
So anyway.
Yeah.
The-
Do you... Okay.
What?
I don't want to interrupt you.
No, it's fine. I'm the queen of interrupting, but you can be the princess.
I heard the strange term. Have you ever heard the term dead man switch?
No. I heard dead man's
Oh,
float.
it's the strangest thing.
What does that mean?
It's something that is kind of poised to go off when somebody dies. It's like that will precipitate a series of events to...
What, like monetarily, like all kinds of financial, like, oh, when this person dies, all this money goes to this foundation or this.
It's a little different than that. It's usually to expose some criminality or to
like
reveal
something was hidden
secrets
until their
or-
death?
Yes, and their death triggers. That's what they call it, a dead man switch. Their death actually triggers like emails
is this
going
illegal?
out
This is a legal
automatically,
term, then?
or I don't even know, and I'm trying to understand
Well,
it
who
better.
triggers it? I mean, death itself doesn't trigger it.
No,
so.
it's a software involved phenomenon. I believe that it's something that might be set up to go off like a time bomb, but
Well,
it's
you don't
done
know when you're going to die,
digitally.
so how do you set it up? Or does somebody have to push the button?
To trigger it, I think.
What
somebody
if they trigger
has
it before you're dead?
That would be a mistake. You wouldn't want to do that, probably.
Like, give me some example of some sort of consequences, or what is. Just talk more about it for a minute. It's kind of interesting.
I wish I could, but I don't understand it. Like, I wrote it down to research it this week, and then I was busy because my cat died.
Does your cat have a dead man switch?
We'll find out. We'll see when I go home if there's anything incredible that's changed about my life.
For you.
Oh, and here this relates, because there's this term. There's this term, nodus tollens. Have you heard that?
No.
Nodus tollens. Let me just find the paper here. Okay, this is from a list that says 23 emotions people feel but can't explain.
Oh, I saw this list, but I don't remember
it's
this
really
word.
cool. Well, this is number 19. And what nodus tollens means is it's an emotional state, and it's the realization that the plot of your life doesn't make sense to you anymore. So I feel
basically it's just another word for midlife crisis, because that seems to be what people are thinking when they have a crisis.
I guess it's just the term midlife crisis feels a little bit
They try to inject. Well, it doesn't have to happen in midlife.
Like a golfer has a midlife crisis, right? A golfer who
You're just
who
thinking
wears
that
polo
the word
shirts.
is very, very suburban word.
It is a suburban
It's where
term.
like rich dudes can go and buy like fancy cars that they've always wanted and have some affair with their 19-year-old secretary, that kind of thing.
That's when you say that. That's what I think. But nodus tollens sounds like something that might happen to me, for example.
It is a more
It is
flower
actually
essence-y
happening
type
to
of
me.
word.
Okay. I know you're trying to insult me. But.
No, I just think that a midlife crisis shouldn't be. Yeah, it should be called a different word, because it can happen at any time when people just are reevaluating their values and their entire existence and what they've done up to that point, and decide that hey, this lifestyle wasn't for me. I'm going to try something else now, and that's a huge jump. So I don't think it has to happen
or even
necessarily to balding middle-aged men.
Yeah.
I think it can happen at any moment.
I think it's even more extreme than that.
It could happen multiple times.
It's not merely a reevaluation. It can be like that strange feeling that you are not that you're living in a dream. Basically, that you're living in a place that doesn't feel real to you, and you're trying desperately to make it real. Because living in a dream, it's okay if you're in a dream. But if you're not in a dream, it's a little upsetting. It's a little disturbing.
Did that particular word reference? Is there? Is it like that's when people are like suicidal, or is that a different type of?
It didn't go into it. I mean, I can research this along with Dead Man Switch for next week and report back to you. We can have a quiz.
That seems sort of doubly depressing. Maybe like pick a happy one to research too. So you have.
Well, I try to pick stuff that relates to my life that I can relate to.
No, Dead Man Switch.
Is that like buying? Is that like buying presents for other people that you want?
Yeah. No.
We've talked about this before. I got
kind
in
of
big
think
trouble
that's a
for
good,
doing that once.
I don't know. I think that's kind of a good way to do it, actually.
I think it's a strategy that's not necessarily flawed. I got attacked once viciously for having bought something for my first husband for his birthday that he thought I was buying because I liked it. And
I think it's kind of flattering when somebody buys you something that they like, because it means that they think that you are connected and enough alike them that you would like it too. I don't know.
Or that you want it. I guess if to take it, it's not just that I liked it, it's that I wanted it. So I used the excuse of his birthday to buy the thing that I actually wanted for myself. Boy, I must be a bad person.
I think
he hit on something there, right? He was trying to tell me that I was a bad person. And he
definitely did not hit on something there.
Wow. Well, I don't know if I've learned my lesson. I mean, if he was trying to be instructive, if he was trying to teach me something about how to self-improvement, like you can improve yourself by not stopping buying stuff that you want and giving it to me for my birthday.
I just think like if you're in a relationship with someone, you've got to have enough in common that you like some of the same things. So it makes sort of sense to me.
Yeah, and if somebody gave me something that they wanted, but they gave it to me, maybe I could give it back to them.
I think it feels like a double gift, because if it's something that somebody wanted and they gave it to me, it would feel like, oh, well, now we can do this thing together or use this thing together because you like it too. Like, I don't know. It feels like I don't get a bad feeling about that.
It was this thing that we were building a chimney, and it was it was a concrete casting of a picture of a bird in a nest with baby birds, and I wanted to set it into our chimney. I thought it would be a cool thing.
That is cool.
Yeah, it would have been really. I still have it. I need a chimney to put it into.
You have several chimneys.
Well, it's sitting on the mantle, but I want to actually
insert it where it
belongs. like permanently put it. What do you call it? It's what masons do.
Yeah,
with their materials. How do we get on this subject?
I don't know.
Boy, I'm lost. I'm lost. We got 3 minutes.
What, already?
We really did get lost.
We kind of wandered today. Sorry.
Wow.
I've been.
Yeah, we usually
no
don't.
Help. I'm a little spazzy today. It's been a long week, and I don't even know what's on my list. I can't even read it. It was just.
Well, we have 3 minutes. You can't do your list. You can't go back to your list.
I know.
You bring that list. You can apply for next week. Probably some of
my list is kind of wildly inappropriate too. Like
what?
We went to Old Home Days and we brought our dog because John had to walk in the parade, and he figured, well, he campaigned with our dog, so it would be fun to walk in the parade with our dog. So then our dog was stuck at the Old Home Days activities for a while, and our dog is a boy dog, and I've never really had boy dogs. But
okay,
wrap it up. He's got boy dog parts, obviously, and they're shockingly. I mean, it's a giant dog,
so they're big parts.
So they're shockingly giant.
Yeah,
and I mean, he really rolls that out when he's like hot or happy. It's not so sexual, but anyway, he posed with Miss Vermont and rolled it on out like 7 inches, and I had to Photoshop all of the photos that I sent to her because.
Are you kidding?
Because my dog had a giant like wang in the picture.
You should have brought this up earlier so we could have talked more about this. But we'll have to touch on it next week.
Let's not touch on it again. I'm just telling you, my list was inappropriate anyway. So
okay. All right.
Just leave it at that.
We're going to go out on a song called Ghost of the Chaga, also by Davy Davis. Okay. And I sing on it. So I'm really proud of this one. I think it's going to become a Vermont classic.
Nice.
But thanks for listening to us.
We'll be back next Friday.
We'll be back. So have a fantastic week. We'll miss you.
Totally.
Late in the day as I made my way out of Chaga, I saw a light go bright, then dim. Then a frightful howl scared the bejesus out of me. Why, I guess it was the ghost of Chaga. Back around 1853 came a young man, Willie Dupree. He come from Quebec, logging the Chaga. He was a strapping lad, gave work all he had, boarded at a hillside farm. Never brought no harm. But Willie got the fever when the gold was found. He began to pan all the way to No Town. In the streams of brook trout, bigger dreams. Pretty soon gold and whiskey ruled Willie's soul. And one night drunk, he walked up Key Road, stepped inside the gold crushing machine, climbed to the top and fell along with his dreams. Now Willie Dupree ain't no more, ground up with the cords and door. Bits and pieces was all they found, with his hat atop the gore. What was left of Willie was buried in the angel ground. flecks of gold and an eerie sound. Oh, it's the ghost of Chaga. Oh, shine this light on me. It rolls these spooky hills. Just what could it be? Is it the side hill beast? Or Willie Dupree? Ancient souls strike fear in us, we who walk the hills of Chaga. Now it seems they're locked in a brutal harmony. Ah, the beast, Willie Dupree, and the ghost of Chaga. We may be afraid, but we want to be in the gee, along with the ghost of Chaga. Along with the ghost of Chaga.